Alright, we're on. Alright, I am Charles Dunphey, and I am the author of this book right here, Lazarus. This is the first of a major series of vlogs that I'm going to make to keep people updated on upcoming projects, to answer questions, that they might have about the book, because a lot of it's not very self-explanatory. I put a lot of stuff in there that you're going to have to dig deep into the book to understand. I'm inspired by a lot of writers like Damon Lindelof, who wrote Lost and Prometheus, so I like to leave a lot of stuff up to the readers to find out. I got a few questions I'm going to answer today, but I'm going to start off with announcements. But before that, I'm going to read the back of this book, the little synopsis on the back, because if you don't know who I am, you're not a friend, family, acquaintance, and you're seeing this for the first time, I want you to know what it's about so you kind of get an idea. An unidentified ship drops off a man onto a medical bay who had just been subjected to the cruel and ruthless vacuum of space. No records, no files, and no identification are accounted for. The man suffers from brain damage from his exposure and can't remember what happened. But what he does remember is his daughter Elisha was with him before the incident. After all possible routes, Lazarus becomes close to giving up, until he is directed to the last Manus Dei system in the galaxy. The Manus Dei system is a technology that can bring one into the afterlife and back. Thought to have all been destroyed, the technology, when first conceived and tested, proved that God and the afterlife existed, forever changing humanity. In the afterlife, everything is omnipresent. Every memory and experience you have ever had is there, even ones forgotten in life. Lazarus travels through what some would call purgatory in a desperate attempt to find out what happened to Elisha. Journey with Lazarus in this harrowing tale of love, forgiveness, and desperation. Journey with Lazarus from the afterlife to the edges of space, to dreams, nightmares, and back. From bleeding out in space with no hope to experiencing the harsh reassimilation process, which is this right here. Lazarus will show you what true love can do. In a sparkling cocktail of hope, suspense, horror, science fiction, love, compassion, and mystery, Lazarus will keep you at the edge of your seat, sometimes teary-eyed and often frightened from start to finish. It will be an experience you will never forget. Hopefully. I hope so. It would, that would kind of serve the purpose if it was. Something that it's not really a selling point, but it's more of to give people an idea. There's a lot, when people ask me what the book is about, there's so much to go into. That was the quickest way I could explain it. But something that I tell a lot of people is that the book, the vibes and the atmosphere were really inspired by Dead Space, Event Horizon, movies like that, games like that, Jacob's Ladder, things that are very dark in a sense, but have a lot of very meaningful, things underlined in them. Alright, now the announcements. I had my first book signing over at the Poplarville Library, the Garvin H. Johnson Library. The fact that I was at a college, I thought that nobody would come, because everybody's poor, but it ended up being a pretty good sellout. I was surprised, and I was really impressed with it, and I'm scheduling the next one in Picayune at the library in Picayune. So if you want to drop by there, just keep up to date on Facebook and everything else, and you'll see my updates about when it's going to be. Now, Huron, the sequel to Lazarus, much darker, grittier, which I think people are going to absolutely love. It is going, well, right now it's actually underway. It's going to be finished hopefully by the summer, hopefully around June. And it's going to be the conclusion. It's a duology. It's not a trilogy. People keep asking me, are you going to write 3? But no, it's going to be a trilogy. So yeah, it's underway, and I think that it's going to be awesome. I've written the first 2 chapters, and it's already more action-packed, and it's got a lot of really frightening, twisted stuff that'll probably give you nightmares. And a trailer is also in the works. The trailer is going to be live action, but don't get all excited just yet. It's not going to be him in his Hyperion suit walking around blowing away people. It's going to be mainly close-ups of eyes and stock footage of somebody who's going to portray his daughter, and space travel, stuff like that. It's going to be more of an abstract trailer, but I'm still really excited about it. and a lot of artwork is starting to be made. There's a lot for Lazarus, which I still need to publish more, but I've been drawing a character named Esdras, who's going to be the lead antagonist of Huron, who I'm so excited about. And he is basically the exact opposite of Lazarus. So when you see him, it's frightening just to look at him.